North Korea now says it may call off Kim Jong Un's meeting with President Trump over U.S. demands to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula. North Korea's first vice minister of foreign affairs said in a statement overnight, quote, "If the United States is trying to drive us into a corner to force our unilateral nuclear abandonment, his country would have to, quote, reconsider our proceeding to the North Korea-U.S. summit." Ben Tracy is following developments from Beijing. Ben, good morning.
Good morning. So that summit is supposed to happen next month in Singapore, but now North Korea says it may not happen at all if the U.S. doesn't stop insisting that it completely denuclearize. North Korea is warning that there is a limit to what it calls its goodwill. North Korea says the United States should not confuse its openness to getting rid of its nuclear weapons for a sign of weakness. President Trump's national security advisor John Bolton was singled out by the North Koreans for suggesting on Face the Nation that North Korea could be disarmed like Libya 15 years ago.
But is it a requirement that Kim Jong Un agree to give away those weapons before you give any kind of concession?
I think that's right. I think we're looking at the Libya model of 2003, 2004.
North Korea's first vice minister of foreign affairs said it's absolutely absurd to dare compare the DPRK, a nuclear weapons state, to Libya, adding on Bolton, "We do not hide our feeling of repugnance toward him."
But one thing that Libya did that led us to overcome our skepticism was that they allowed American and British observers into all their nuclear-related sites.
The North Koreans don't appreciate the Libya example because 8 years after dictator Muammar Gaddafi abandoned his weapons development, he was overthrown and killed. But unlike Libya, North Korea already possesses a number of nuclear weapons and has threatened to use them.
Our ask is complete and total denuclearization.
The administration's demand for irreversible denuclearization without direct economic aid from the U.S. also appears to have suddenly irked the North Koreans, who call the U.S. rhetoric reckless and sinister. But the regime does appear to still be following through on its promise to destroy its main nuclear testing site. New satellite images show several buildings at the site have been torn down. Now, North Korea abruptly pulled out of a meeting with South Korea today at the DMZ, saying it's upset about ongoing military exercises being conducted by the South Koreans and the United States. Now, all of this could just be a negotiating ploy by the North Koreans going into this summit with President Trump, trying to remind the world that North Korea is not going to be pushed around. Norah?
Ben Tracy in Beijing, thank you.